Welcome to Discover Janesville. My name is Yuri Rashkin, and we're going to try something new on the program today. Today with me I have 4 guests, and we're going to have a group discussion. The program today will center on the service clubs in Janesville, and joining me today are John Wengren, past president of the Janesville Noon Lions, Lori Hummel-Eckert, an incoming president of the Janesville Kiwanis Club, David Arndt, past president of the Janesville Noon Rotary, and Jim DeWitt, an exalted ruler of the Elks. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for being here and joining me here today.
Thank you
for inviting us.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to start by talking about why you decided to join the clubs that you're in, and a little bit about the clubs, so that is to introduce those who may not know everything that there is to know about the Lions, or Rotary, or Kiwanis, or the Elks. So, John, if you would please start us off and talk a little bit about what got you interested.
Yuri, I joined the Janesville Noon Lions in March of 2000, and I was really looking for a service club to get involved in. I enjoy community service, and I think what really brought me in, first of all, the Lions motto of "We Serve" really kind of spoke to me, and I had an associate who was a member who invited me to come, and I had a chance to meet the rest of the members, and I liked their mission. I thought it was a fun group, and I signed up.
And that was 10 years ago now.
That was, over 10 years ago.
Well, interesting. So somebody asked you to join and you did.
Yes.
I like it. Lori, how did you get involved with Kiwanis?
Well, I've been with Kiwanis for about 2 years now, and about 2.5 years ago I actually started employment with Forward Janesville. Previous to that, I was a high school educator for 10 years, so my background is kids, and I had the opportunity to visit with different clubs, and they were all very, very impressive, but I kept going back to that Kiwanis mission, which is to help change the world one child, one community at a time, and that really spoke to me, and it stuck, and I'm loving it, and our club has been growing, which is great.
Excellent. Dave, why did you decide? And you're kind of unique in the Rotary.
Yes, I am. I'll go back a long ways. My dad's second cousin was a Rotarian, and he was an older, elderly fellow that I was really good friends with as a young boy, and he was a Rotarian, and he was the first person in my life that really said it was okay to do community service. You didn't have to work all the time. You could take some time off and go do things for your community. And so he invited me to join. Back in about 1988 is when I became a Rotarian. And it was a chance for me to meet a lot of other people that I normally wouldn't have met. But part of the reason I joined, being a farmer, not very many people know what farmers are about. So one of my goals to join was to help people in urban settings understand more about what I do. And that's been a great thing for me. But Rotary also has an international focus, and I've enjoyed that part of our club. Rotary International is a group of about 1.2 million people in 160 countries and like 30,000 some clubs that do service all over the world, and we've had chances to do some service in other countries, and I've been out of the country doing quite a few different things. So Rotary has opened up a whole new avenue of the world to me that otherwise I probably wouldn't have been able to see.
Wow. Jim, what brought you to the Elks?
Well, I came out as a guest, as friends that were members, and then slowly became involved in seeing what the Elks were doing, and then joined. I think probably what really got me involved once I joined was their youth program. My wife and I have always been involved in youth, whether it was 4-H when our children were younger, or now that they've left home. We do our youth here. We sponsor hockey, football. We just the gymnastic team out here north of Janesville. We sponsor a couple of those teams. We do quite a bit of scholarships. I think the one thing that really grabbed me when I joined the Elks, that the Elks is the #2 organization in the nation for scholarships, and we're second only to the United States government in that form. So we do a lot for scholarships. We have 2 major fundraisers each year with a spaghetti dinner and a wild game feed, and these are basically how we support the scholarship in our youth programs.
And I should also mention that today's program is taped at the Elks Club that we're very gracious of you to
Very
have
well.
us here.
Welcome.
Thank you. John, if you could tell me a little bit about what was that favorite feature of Lions that appealed to you the most, like one of the activities that the club does that maybe you enjoy the most, because clearly community service is what the clubs have in common, but there's something that Lions do that's different from Kiwanis, from Rotary, and from Elks. And also, if somebody is looking to join a club, why should they join Lions?
Well, Yuri, everything that we do in Lions is fun, so I like everything that we do.
You're a fun guy, so clearly it has to work together.
It's a real touching part for me would be our Black Hawk Pioneers program. Black Hawk Pioneers is a social group in Rock County for visually impaired people to get together once a month and have a program, have a social, just get together. And these people oftentimes don't have transportation, and see, if not for this program, wouldn't have a chance to do some of the things that we help them do. So what Lions Club members do is we once a month will be assigned 3 or 4 Black Hawk Pioneers members, and we'll pick them up and we'll bring them to their social, and we'll be there with them as they have their program, and then we bring them home. One of the big missions for Lions Club is vision, and it certainly meets with what our mission is to help the Black Hawk Pioneers program. But it's personally very rewarding. And these people are so gracious, or they're so thankful for what we do, and it really touches
And it's
me.
also a good fit in the Janesville community because we have the state school for the visually handicapped.
Yep. Yeah, it really is. So it's just one evening a month, and it's not even every month because there's a number of us that take turns, and it's personally rewarding to be able to help them out, and it's just nice to see the smiles on their faces when they get a chance to get out and do stuff like that.
Okay. Lori, what are your favorite activities of Kiwanis, and why should people join?
Well, like John, I love everything about Kiwanis, but the piece that reaches me the most would be the teaching children to become leaders in our community. We have various feeder clubs in the schools, and from the
There's
high
Key
schools,
Kids, isn't there?
The Key Kids
Yes.
from both high schools. We have builder clubs in elementaries and middle schools. So we invite the students in and ask them to speak to our group and to learn how to become leaders within our communities, and that's the part that really speaks to me. But we welcome anyone who not only loves to work with children but likes to be a part of our community, because we do work with other clubs and other organizations to give back.
Well, and my daughter has just joined Key Kids at Roosevelt.
Fantastic.
She's 8, and she's really excited. And she said once she came home with this badge and said, "Oh, I had to memorize my pledge, and then they gave me the badge." So she was very excited about it.
Wonderful.